Hello guys, Dyutam Joy from Dauntless Dyutam here. Welcome to Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 Part 6. We are playing this game in Master of Deduction difficulty. Follow us in Facebook and Twitter. Link is given below. Last part, we came to know that Paul Parks is actually a woman disguised as a man and having connection with criminal underworld. She is one of the major suspects behind Mr. Gilden's murder. We also came to know that Mr. Arthur Swift, an archaeologist, was also among the suspects behind the murder. He was having some tough situation with Mr. Gilden regarding business. In this part, we will visit Old City to meet Mr. Arthur Swift and will try to solve the mystery behind Mr. Gilden's murder. So without much delay, let's start investigation as Sherlock Holmes. Let's begin.
Guests of Cordona, the treasures await you. Collect them all and return for more.
So guys, we need to go in Old City. I think this is the place we have to go. The shortcut, Imam Zahir Mosque. So guys, before visiting Mr. Arthur Swift, we are having a bandit lair here. Let's go. Is this? Let's start.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming.
Too simple.
I'm coming for you. I couldn't miss the party.
No more crime for you until next month.
The snuff's ready.
Take a rest, my friend.
Dodge this!
Time.
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Eat lead!
It's all yours.
I couldn't miss the party.
Take a rest.
The snuff's ready.
No more crime for you until next month.
I thought we were against murder.
I'll put you 6 feet under.
Give him the pepper snuff.
I am invincible. I couldn't miss the party. Coming. Take this!
We can overcome the brute now.
I'm coming for you.
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
Get ready for some pain.
Time to knock this. The snuff's ready.
Too simple.
So street sweeper trophy earned. Bandit tamer. Nice. Only one death. Okay. Let's see.
From day
Oh,
to night, Aiden stands there,
Eavesdrop.
recruiting non-rebellious
Let's do.
workers for the... From day to night, Aiden...
Okay. I've overheard that in order to enter the dig site, I need to be employed. A man named Aidin recruits new workers in the old city marketplace. in the west end of the district. He has a scar on his neck and only looks for working types with a pro-British attitude.
Don't miss out on the best carpets on the island.
Thank you, ma'am, but I don't need.
Don't miss out on my unique clothes.
Let me read again, guys. I have overheard that in order to enter the dig site, I need to be employed. A man named Aydin recruits new workers in the old city market in the west end of the district. He has a scar on his neck and only looks for working types with a pro-British attitude.
Let's pick something that suits you.
Pro-British. Let me take this.
A good choice. A good choice indeed.
Let me change my hat.
Oriental
Nice
rugs
affordable
at a good
clothes.
price.
Step right up.
Sir, kind sir, might I steal your attention?
I am not buying.
Ah, that is the thing. You won't waste a single mangir. I am a digger, you see, and I have heard of a dig site so deep it clogs your ears. I want to be there.
Why are you telling me this?
I have heard of a man recruiting for such a dig. A man with a scar, such as the one that you're hiding. And your boots are dirty with the deep clay I am so familiar with. Oh, I hope it wasn't too rude of me to point that out.
You have a good eye. And you just want to dig? Dig deep and that's it? What's the catch? Are you in desperate need of money?
Oh, there is no catch, sir. I won't even ask for advance pay. Just give me a shovel and I'll dig a hole like you've never seen.
Huh. Is that so? Well, I have to ask you an important question first. Would you be fine working for Brits?
I am all for them.
Well, you say that, but can you prove it?
Oh my god. I'll sing the anthem. No, thank you. I love tea, my British breakfast.
Do you know how I started my day? With a fry-up. Bacon, sausages, eggs, and I could have eaten everything twice over.
You shouldn't eat all that for breakfast. Your stomach won't last. But it does show that you're dedicated.
I can also speak in limericks.
Please don't. You might be a little bit weak in the head, but a natural born digger with a keen eye is what we need. Take this permission slip and go to this address. The guard will let you in and check with the professor once you're there.
Thank you. You know, guys, Sherlock is master of disguise. I saw many films where he disguises at its best. It's here. I know the place. Actually, we visited earlier. Yes, sir.
Stop loitering and get inside.
Thank you.
Newcomer, talk to the professor first. He's the old fellow with the glasses and the plans.
Glasses and the plans. Before I start investigation the ancient ruins, I should first talk to the professor. Okay. Where is this professor? Are you the professor? Yes?
Where's the fire in your eyes? Where's the smile? I am sick and tired of seeing apathy among the new workers.
Sir, believe me, I do have the spark. I want to start work straight away. It's as important to me as it is to you.
Ah, that's the spirit. I'm on the verge of a great discovery.
Should we say him straight away?
When was the last time you saw...
Young man, you're disappointing me. I'd like to see a bright career for you as the best digger on the island. Don't ruin it. We'll talk when you find something useful.
Okay.
I am ready to work.
Splendid. Do you know what I am working on?
The ivory bats. Everyone is looking forward to the grand opening.
Who told you this nonsense? Why would you contaminate history with this base desire for leisure? Ah, we are looking for Vitus Lemonius's tomb. This is our goal, to find the artifacts of the early Roman Empire. Let's continue. I am Professor Swift. We have 3 rules here. Don't touch anything, always return the tools, and don't distract me unless you find something.
Sounds simple enough. Are you the only one in charge here, Mr. Swift?
Yes, I am the only one and no one else. You hear anything other than that, it's a lie. People of your kind can have difficulty understanding who's in charge. Take a minute, memorize my face, and then get to work.
Oh, I will definitely take a closer look to memorize my superior.
Inconvenient, but continues to wear. Broken glass. Okay. Meticulous. Thick notebook. Alright. And yes. Fresh and untended. Elbow bruises. Dirty clothes, indifferent or poor. Last but not the least, unmarried. Okay. Arthur Swift is an archaeologist attempting to find the tomb of Vitus Lemonius on Cordona. Arthur Swift is old, poor, and cannot take care of himself, let alone afford new clothes or accessories. He entered the field of archaeology solely for financial reasons. His enterprise with Theoder Gilden was a ruse to fleece the rich man. At Arthur's age, the last chance he had to earn money was to find the tomb of the legendary legate. Money grubber, yep. Of course.
I bet that tomb is worth a lot of money. Are you not here for that?
See, young man, how quickly you get distracted by the promise of treasure. You cannot appreciate the importance of my work.
But you clearly have little or no money. Old clothes, untended wounds. You have no one beside you.
That's the price of discovery. I have to surround myself with fools like you who wish only to feed their stomachs instead of their brains.
I was just asking. It is my curiosity. I cannot control it sometimes. Don't let me go, sir.
If you'll just stop asking stupid questions, I won't have to fire you. So get to work. And you better find something useful.
Yep. Arthur may have fallen on the shed. Arthur may have received his injury while falling on Gilden's shed. Oh, what's that? Arthur may have been at the crime scene. Arthur Swift may have been at the crime scene when Theoder Gilden died. His injury matches the damage done to the shed. Paul may have been at the crime scene. Paul Parks may have been at the crime scene when Theoder Gilden died and fallen on the shed. Okay. Anything else? So Arthur Swift is an archaeologist attempting to find the tomb of Vitus Lemonius on Cordona. Arthur Swift is old, poor, and cannot take care of himself, let alone afford new clothes or accessories. He entered the field of archaeology solely for financial reasons. Excuse me. His enterprise with Theoder Gilden was a ruse to please the rich man. At Arthur's age, the last chance he had to earn money was to find the tomb of the legendary legate. Okay.
Don't touch anything here. Get back to work.
A plan for this whole operation. This reminds me of my father's room.
Titus Lemonius' tomb has been found near the city of Corneath. British archaeologist Sir George Griffiths has discovered the well-preserved tomb of a Roman legate, General E.D. Titus Lemonius, owner of the legendary twin sword of Romulus, gifted by Augustus himself, first emperor of the Roman Empire. In an exclusive interview, Sir George has described the find as a priceless addition to the history of humankind. The entrance was found by the removal of several blocks of soil around prominent statues, revealing the tomb. According to Sir George, the statues represent the life of Titus. A female statue, presumably a mother holding a basket of fruits, looks to the west. Another female figure, perhaps Ottoman, with a sickle in her hand, looks to the east. Sir George presumes that these statues are hidden allegories of Zephyrus, a minor god of the west wind, and the other Eurus, god of the east wind. All this being played in a circle with the statues of the two brothers Titus and Vitus. The achievements of the archaeologists have been acknowledged by the crown.
This might prove useful. I'll note it down. Straw dolls. Eerie, but effective for a scene recreation.
Oh, I want one of these. Or two.
So Titus and Vitus conquest. Titus and Vitus Lemonius were legendary. I think I have read it. No. Let me read it. Titus and Vitus Lemonius were legendary legates of the early Roman Empire, starting their military career to suppress the riots of the Bellovaci and Allobroges. They were the key commanders during the siege of Mutina and the Battle of Actium. With the new Emperor Augustus, the brothers received twin swords, presumably the ones previously belonging to Romulus and Remus. The brothers served as legates to conquer the Dalmatian and African province and were famous for their worship of minor gods. Titus honored Eurus while his brother prayed for Zephyrus. Not much is known about the brothers except Except for the description by Pliny the Elder, Titus wore the skin of a lion with its head on the helmet, a tradition he picked up while being a signifier. Vitus held a shield large enough to cover the sky. Though the exact location of the tombs remain unknown, historians know that Titus died in the spring of 10 AD while Vitus in the autumn of 12 AD. Okay. Anything else?
Oilcloth. Won't fade and waterproof. Enough here to make 10 sails and more.
Let me warm my bones here.
Swift lost his temper when he learned what happened to the statue. Swift lost his temper.
Okay. So Arthur Swift's research. Workers at the dig site found a statue with a lion helmet head. It originally lay on the pedestal closest to the beach, but someone kicked it over the edge. As a result, the statue broke and the pedestal remains tilted.
Sharpest pickaxe. A guilty pleasure of the real archaeologist. Missing your Laura, Mr. Swift?
Hey, a word about the trilogy.
Right then, you literary expert, what was so important about these books? Or did you simply need some kindling?
It's inspirational. I have a plan. Are you listening?
I wish I wasn't, but I am.
So, we catch a monkey, a langur, for example, then we extract some blood from it.
What? Why?
It will make us forever young, Sherry. Page 127 of the second book.
Oh, I am so done with this.
No, wait. Then how about we make a wax statue?
I've stopped listening, John.
Okay.
Somehow the text remains legible. Let's see if I remember my Latin.
So an inscription near the four pedestals translate to Vitus rests nearby. Beware the one who wishes to disrupt his sleep, for he is guarded by the gaze of his brother and the autumn wind.
A goddess? A mother? Someone's wife? A sickle for harvesting. The ancient Romans honored the seasons. There were 4 statues here originally.
I wonder what the 3 other statues look like.
I see now. Mr. Swift didn't realize the significance of the statues.
Okay. So workers at the dig site found a statue with a lion helmet head. It originally lay on the pedestal closest to the beach, but someone kicked it over the edge. As a result, the statue broke and the pedestal remains tilted. Okay, here we go, guys.
It seems everything's in place. Now, let's see what this has to tell us.
Okay. There is a way. Let's see where it leads us. Footprints. What is this?
Here is your discovery, Mr. Swift. Hey, look at this.
What have you found? Don't let anyone touch anything there. Eureka! I found you, my friend.
Okay. Dart. Again dart.
A box of darts. Handy against rodents of all kinds.
Okay. Tusks and Trunks. The zoological bestseller Tusks and Trunks provides a most rigorous scientific description of the elephant. It is almost encyclopedic in its analysis of the creature's life, both in the wild and captivity. One crucial chapter describes the elephant's mating season, in which they become extremely dangerous. Furthermore, the book features guidance on how to communicate and interact with the big mammal. I see. Leather notebook, a personal diary owned by Arthur Swift. He describes in considerable detail his personal life and research. More importantly, it tells of a dispute between the archaeologist and Theoder Gilden over the dig site. I see. Day 1224. Theodore always uses his wealth to shut down complaints. I would rather he bought a brain with more gyrification so that he were smart enough to see the bigger picture. Not everything revolves around your darn elephant. I have only a few months before he will commence construction. He even lacks the imagination to build something beautiful. Ivory baths, the mundanity, I must think, lest our invaluable history be buried by the inconsequential.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Trying to take over my research, are you? I come here to pick up my diary, and I find you snooping around. Explain yourself.
Mr. Swift, if that were true, I would have been on my way to the newspaper. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I didn't have a chance to introduce myself properly.
Outrageous! You deceived me, sir. What is the reason for your being here? Who sent you, Mr. Holmes?
Theoder Gilden's premature death brought me here.
Theodore is dead? How can that be possible?
I'm thinking of all the possibilities, and I'm not crossing out anyone who might have been involved. Even his elephant. The land you're excavating belongs to Mr. Gilden, does it not?
Did I hear an accusation? I have nothing to hide. You can ask me whatever nonsense you've prepared as a token of my diminishing respect towards you.
Very well, Mr. Swift. I appreciate your cooperation. When was the last time you saw Mr. Gilden?
A couple of days ago. We discussed the site. I believe in the tomb and its secrets. Theodore's patience was stretched, however. He was already inventing new projects. It wasn't a long conversation. I suppose that his daughter will inherit everything now, along with all of the eccentricities and problems.
And not forgetting Goliath.
Eccentricities and problems, Mr. Holmes. One of many.
Were you at the site this morning?
Affirmative. This project is taking a lot of my time, as you see. I spend more time underground than on the surface.
When did you learn about Theodore's death?
Just now. You just told me.
And you aren't surprised, shocked? I won't tell anyone if you shed a tear or two. Weren't you partners, after all?
We were. And it is a real shame. But I've seen too many deaths in my life, Mr. Holmes, for the news to truly shake me. Will you allow me to return to my research? Or are you insisting on remaining an obstacle?
Oh, I haven't even started yet.
Okay, so let us start. Provide evidence.
You have a weakness for nostalgia? Or, rather, do you use it to record a list of enemies?
Young man, you need to check your moral compass. Reading another person's diary is a sin in every culture that I can think of.
But you aren't answering the question.
You've already read it. Why bother? I simply record my life to keep my memory clean from misinterpretation. Letters and pages don't lie.
But the writer of the text can.
Okay. Tasks and trunks.
With this book, you attempted to plan an attack on the elephant?
Your insinuations are out of place. Goliath is a frightening animal. All I wished to do was to understand the creature. As any scientist would do, I researched, analyzed, and drew conclusions.
And what conclusion did you draw?
That Theoder Gilden made the animal miserable. He couldn't provide the proper environment for the beast. My interest in the subject ended there.
What's with this box of darts? Is it for a scientific argument?
A little darker than that. Rather for killing the kind of rodents that might nibble a nose or a toe in your sleep.
Let's just say I have to protect myself against a larger animal, such as an elephant. Might it be enough to stop it, make it faint?
If I were you, I wouldn't bank on it.
Okay.
I'm a busy man.
Yep, you are.
As far as I can tell, you're a man of the academic world, so this book about Nabe and Laura is just an empirical study?
What? That nonsense? I'd prefer to lose my eyesight than read such trash.
So, you know nothing about it?
I know nothing. I wish I'd never heard of it in the first place. This caricature of science.
Do I hear traces of envy? You're still relatively young that you might find your own Laura.
Perhaps I envy Nabe, for I cannot simply blow people up for distracting me. That's all. You happy now? Wonderful. Moving on. Moving on.
Okay.
What's with this intricate recruitment process? Pro-British workers charge less?
As a head of this organization, I need to secure a productive environment. It's impossible to do so if there are political differences, especially here, where the native population doesn't support our efforts to find the ancient artifacts.
Decent pay can also stimulate productivity and shut down any political discord. Hadn't you thought of that?
You're young. You have time to fritter and fight with everyone you meet. I don't have such a luxury. Our workers receive enough pay for what they do. So don't start a discussion you know nothing about. Moving on. I'm a busy man.
Gilden's elephant is quite an unusual addition to Cordona's fauna. What is your scientific opinion on that?
No matter how much Theodore loved it, it still remained a wild animal trapped inside a stone pen. Goliath needs savannas, fields, lakes.
I'm sure that Goliath did not have a plan to kill his owner to head to the savannas. What do you think?
No, animals don't kill in a typical sense. I can only presume that it tried to protect itself from captivity, from Theodore. It was a gilded cage that was predestined to break.
Gilded cage. Okay.
Remember one of the rules? It seems that you didn't return a tool. Is this knife yours?
Do I look like a fellow who carries a knife? I don't need it.
There are plenty of uses for it on the site, and outside of it.
I have other people to cut ropes for me, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, too many evidences. Let's see.
Moving on.
Your partner had a very specific attitude towards the things he treasured. Was this habitual for him?
That would have been too much even for him. Don't get me wrong, he had a harsh temper. Like a true businessman, he was ready to burn his competitors to the ground.
But threatening someone physically would have been something new even for him, am I correct?
Absolutely. Besides, I had never seen him this angry. The fellow who received the letter must have been extremely alarmed. Moving on. Moving on. Moving on.
Did this plan cause a rift in your business relationship with Theoder Gilden?
Nothing like that. Admittedly, we didn't share a common vision of what is more important, the past or the future. In my opinion, we can't build a future without knowing the past.
So you wanted to save the tomb of Vitus here, or perhaps your control over the research?
Only the knowledge that rightly belongs to humankind, nothing less and nothing more.
Okay.
I'm a busy man.
Have you seen this person before? The one beside Imogen Gilden?
No, but he's with Imogen, so I suppose that he's a friend of hers. That girl always has her head in the clouds. I could have said Theodore was different, but that wouldn't have been entirely true.
Away with the fairies, was he?
That's one way of putting it. Either way, I don't know much about Imogen's life or her friends. The type of elite that pretends to be educated.
Okay. It was mating season. I need to find Goliath. Goliath is dangerous right now, but may prove valuable to the case. I need to lure him out by exploiting his lust. Arthur protected his research. Arthur Swift has dedicated his life to studying the history of humankind. He may not have been willing to see that end.
This fabric will work.
Anything left?
Be swift.
Yup, Arthur Swift. That's all from 6th part of Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. In this channel, you will watch and enjoy latest games walkthrough in the hardest difficulty available, part by part till the end. We need your support, guys. Please do like, subscribe and share the video. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We would love to hear from you guys and wholeheartedly appreciate your valuable feedback. Dyutam Joy from Dauntless Dyutams signing out. See you in the next part. Till then, take care and stay alert like Sherlock.